Hello, the internet.
Welcome to podcast 1 of When It's Convenient.
Because we had a 0th episode,
right?
And now we're doing the first one.
If you haven't checked that out, you should. It's us talking about stuff. Don't talk.
No. It's good.
It's good.
You please do check it out. I feel like a great many of you could.
I missed a hint that Alex
there was some
hand
hand
nodded,
jive.
and I didn't pick it up on it. So if I told you to do something you shouldn't have, I'm sorry.
Do watch the episode. You should listen to Jeff. Speaking of Jeff, with me as always is Jeff, and I'm Alex. I guess we could do it. Hello again. If you need credibility, go watch that first episode because we introduce ourselves.
Oh yeah.
And if you know us, then it's all right. Anyway. I don't know if
to do the spiel of where they can find us, or what was.
You've clearly found us at our YouTube, or you're somehow on our. I think we've got a SoundCloud.
Oh, cool! Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so we've got one of those.
And you can find Alex on Twitch
at twitch.tv/Professor Lex.
Yeah. All one word.
So yeah, you may be able to tell from the title slide on the thing on the YouTube video that you're watching, or just in general. This is our 2017-2018 recap hopes episode. I'm not gonna say predictions.
Recapping hope. That's
yeah,
good.
we can't recap we could.
We could.
Yeah.
See what things we liked from 2016. What
we
predicted
were
from 2016.
hopeful about.
Go back to podcast episode -1.
-4.
No, don't do that.
Don't do that. That doesn't exist. You can't. It's not on you.
In other news, we are sponsored by Public House, supplying a lovely Irish red ale. It's Flynn's Irish red ale. I don't know if they have a Flynn or know a Flynn, but it appears to belong to him.
Do I know a Flynn? Everyone knows Michael Flynn.
Everyone
knows him
He
personally.
Gets around.
Yeah. But
Errol Flynn, the guy who played Robin Hood.
Yes.
Okay.
That is another Flynn.
Flint, the Time Detective.
Flint. Who's the
Finn?
guy from
Star Wars?
No. From Tangled. Was that a Flynn?
Could
Flynn
be.
Rider.
Okay.
Do I remember his name?
I don't know.
Zachary Levi played him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Zachary Levi, who's going to be Shazam.
He is going to be Shazam.
It's a real thing. It's a movie fact. Happy DCEU.
But yes, as I had said, we're going to discuss now the things that we enjoyed the most from the 2017s.
Oh yeah.
Or I guess at least the things that we had played.
Yeah, games that we played.
Yeah, not like people, not like experiences,
Board
but
games,
game.
or
We did play mini board games. We did drink a lot. We did the AGDQ drinking game, but that's not really. We didn't participate.
We were not in AGDQ.
Not yet.
Not yet. Alex is still working on his
Dino Crisis 2
speedrun. Runs.
Got to get a PC for that, the PC version. But if I may, I'm gonna go with my best foot forward.
All right.
The greatest game that I had played this year.
All right.
Was
all of,
but the only one that came out. So the only one that's legal and fair to discuss is. Danganronpa. Jeff's got a list open on his phone.
That's true.
That's got all of our games, and I kept the game is Danganronpa 3, the Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony, something.
Alex once joked to me, Dragon Grandpa, and I've never not said Dragon Grandpa in any verbal talking about this game or text conversations about this game.
So on his list, of course, it says Dragon Grandpa, and I wanted to lead with my best foot forward. Now that's been taken from me. But Danganronpa V3, it was just an amazing game. It's a visual novel, and I don't know if it's just my old age or what, but being able to sit down and play a visual novel has been really good for me. Danganronpa in particular, the whole series. It's
you mainline the series this year.
Yeah, I did the whole thing, just like a straight line.
Right, but we're just talking about 3 because that came out this year.
Because I can't talk about the other ones as much.
Tell me about scrums, Alex.
Debate scrums. Okay, so it's like Battle Royale. It's a high school class. They all have not superpowers, but the specialties. So one of them's a detective, and another one's a piano player, and we call them pianists. But anyway, they all go right. I'll get censored. I'll beat myself in post.
They're terrible.
They are at a school when this murderous monochrome bear, Monokuma, explains to them that they must kill each other in order to get out. So they're trapped in their school.
I thought he was two-toned.
He is two tones, black and white. They call him Monokuma. Is that not monochromatic?
I guess.
At either rate, he says you guys have to kill each other, and so the general idea is that one of the characters murders another character,
right?
And they don't just get away with it. You have to have a trial afterwards,
right? So you've got like a Phoenix Wright style, sort of.
Where you go through and you collect the evidence and you see what happens, and necessarily it follows a specific order. So for the first case, one person in particular murders one other person in particular, right. And so the whole game you go through and you have to like figure out the crimes and then convince everybody. And
right, because like rather than presenting to like a judge, you're presenting to the rest of the people.
Right, because in order to get out, in order to get away with the murder, you have to not be convicted in the trial.
Right,
and so. It was just, I've played this game, Danganronpa 1, Danganronpa 2, Danganronpa 3 didn't really count, and then the other one didn't really count. But anyway.
Count? This is 3.
The V3.
Oh, okay.
Danganronpa 3 was a TV show.
Gotcha.
So, I've seen this game a lot, and what really impressed me about this game is that it still had more to it. Like, the murders were still nuanced. Everything still felt fresh.
That's cool if they're doing things that are new.
Yeah.
Especially like whenever you have like mainline that. So
yes.
I mean, like it would be very
it
apparent
felt different
if,
the whole time.
if things were more of the same, if in that high concentration.
Mm-hmm. I was really pleased with because they have like little mini game segments. They had new ones in this one that felt really fresh. The debate scrum music is dope. I would play it, but I won't. Just look up debate scrum. You'll have your mind blown too.
That's true.
But yeah, if you get a chance, play the entire series. Don't just play 3. Play the whole thing. Have your mind blown like I had my mind blown.
If you're only interested in playing things from 2017, I guess you can start with 3,
but
don't do that to yourself.
Just play the whole series. I feel like the prophet Cassandra from Grecian mythology.
Okay.
Are you familiar?
I went to Soulcalibur, and that's
she
not
was
helping.
Cursed.
Okay.
Cassandra was cursed to have completely accurate prophecies, right?
Okay.
But that no one would believe her. So she would know the truth about the future, like just say, for example, that everyone and their dog should be playing Danganronpa, but no one would believe them. So that's me.
So that's how
Cassandra, the Danganronpa prophet.
I think that game has done pretty well for itself. I mean,
well,
obviously
but everyone I talk to is like, yeah, visual novel, whatever.
That's fine. I understand.
Give it a shake.
I played a game called Sexy Brutale.
I saw trailers for that on PlayStation Network. I think, did I tell you to look it up? Or did
I've
you
heard
just know?
The folks from Cool Ghosts review it, and I was like, that's cool. If you've played Gregory Horror Show, Deep Cut, then it's a lot like that. I haven't, but it is.
But that's what you've heard?
But that's what it is like. It is sort of similar in concept to like Majora's Mask. So you've got like, in this case, one day to try and do everything. You're in a casino called the Sexy Brutale, which
makes sense.
All of the people in it are going to die. They're being murdered by the like
guy?
Card suit type tenants of the attendants of the hotel.
Okay.
Yeah, like the staff. The staff are all playing cards.
Okay.
And they're like running around killing folks. And so your job is to, over the course of your day, the first thing you get is the ability to rewind that day.
Naturally, okay. So we complete the Majora's Mask looping
and
Groundhog Day thing.
The other part of that is that you can like reset the day at any clock that you go to, so that can be your new starting point. So like,
okay,
it's big enough. The mansion, the casino is large enough that you wouldn't be able to go from one end to the other well enough within the one day.
Time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you'll need to do that as it goes on. So you're like trying to figure out what each one of these people is about, why they're either like what's going to cause them to die. So like you'll typically watch it play out the first time, see where they go. And what's really cool is that like Majora's Mask, like the Bomber's Notebook, it's got a tag of like where everybody is that you've seen each day. So by like the end of this game, you've got like I don't know, 12 people all running around in different directions at different times, and it timestamps them, but only if you've seen them do that. And so they've got things where you like peek through like keyholes, and then you'll like see whatever's in that room, and then if you see them, they'll go across and come back and all that stuff. And then every person that you manage to keep from meeting them their untimely demise, then you get a new ability. So like one thing will be that you can like overhear whispered conversations.
Are they keyed into the characters that you're saving? Like
yes.
themed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and so like each one of them have their own, because like there's an opera singer and she can like hit this ridiculous note, and so then after that, then you can like break specific like glass panes
okay.
within the environment in order to get around and stuff. Yeah, no, it's really cool. It's like Groundhog's Day, and it's a lot of fun.
How does it go for tying together a story, which is what I find myself only concerned with anymore?
That's awesome. So
it is good?
Yeah. Okay. So there's the individual narratives of each one of the people, which is interesting. And then the overarching narrative, which is based on all the information that you have, but almost separate. Like, you get to the end, and it's like, oh, this is an interesting thing, and I didn't necessarily expect this to be how this plays out.
It's still all tied in together. It's cohesive is the word, I guess.
Yes, certainly. Okay. And it ties into the whole, like, repeating the day thing over and over and all
so that. It finds a way to address that as well?
Yes.
In the story? Well, that's good.
Yeah, no, it's really, it's fascinating.
I meant to check that one out, and then I didn't buy it when it was on sale, and then I was just sitting there kicking myself. And so now it feels wrong to pay, is it $20? But it...
I think so.
That's still that's a good price.
Yeah.
For the game.
So yeah, I would definitely recommend that one. That was a solid entry this year.
One of the first games that I streamed this year was Sonic Mania.
That's right.
And if you saw our episode 0, you'd know my very first waking conscious memory in my life is Chemical Plant Zone.
That's true.
From Sonic 2. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna say Sonic's got like a place in my heart. Sonic sucks, and I'm not talking about the good ones. I mean, like
character.
No,
like,
no, no.
Like chili dogs.
The chili dogs are great.
Okay.
No, like Sonic Adventure 2 was where we were like pushing the boundaries of what's acceptable.
Okay.
Sonic Adventure
acceptable. What do you mean?
Okay, so Sonic is about going fast. It's about feeling good about going fast.
Okay.
And the music's dope, right?
Yes.
Okay. So
because it's a Sega game.
Right. And so Sonic Adventure 2, you go fast and it still feels good even if it's incredibly uncomfortable and the controls aren't tight. Like you get a lot of simplicity from 2D Sonic. Mm-hmm. And when you switch over to 3D, I guess you could do it well, but they haven't yet. And so like Sonic Adventure 2,
1 and 2 aren't terrible.
They're not great games, but they're solid.
Yeah.
Everything after that is garbage until we get to Generations. And so this, they were like, fuck it, we can't do this. We're not great at Sonicking anymore. And so they handed it over to a Sonic mod team, and they put together an authentic, real Sonic experience for people who like good Sonic games, for people who like going fast.
Right, and they like remixed a lot of the original levels, and like they had some crazy savant do the music again, so it's like
so good,
new and different while being the same things that you've heard.
Right, and that's what was so great about the theming. Like the Chemical Plant Zone theme sticks in my head, and so I know that, and that's a part of my gaming experience.
Part of the fabric of Alex is Chemical Plant Zone music.
And so when they made, because they did a Chemical Plant Zone stage, and it was a remix. The first stage, because there are 2 stages and a boss. The first stage was a remix of the first of Sonic 2's version of Chemical Plant Zone, and so they remixed the music to complement the fact that the level itself was remixed.
Right.
And then for the second part, they extrapolated and they took the thought process behind Chemical Plant Zone to its logical conclusion. And then I'm not going to spoil the boss fight for Chemical Plant Zone, but suffice it to say, it blew my mind, and I was so happy to have it happen. And the game just keeps going from there, because it starts at a Green Hill Zone, you go to Chemical Plant Zone, and then you keep going. And if you have ever played a 2D Sonic, you should have played Sonic Mania, because it's worth it.
Right.
That's like $15.
I think
what are you doing?
Yeah, something ridiculous. And they And it's not just remixes of the
because they also make a few like original stages.
Wholly new ones, and then a lot of the bosses are like their things.
But it even still like I forget the name. But a couple of characters that were in a boss fight we've last seen in Sonic the Fighters, which came out for like Sega.
Oh, that's right, the guy with
Saturn.
the gun.
Yeah, and like
And the hat.
and they took these pieces of references in Sonic work to continue to give it legitimacy.
Right, it's like, okay, so for all the Sonic junkies, if you know, you can like get a good hit of Sonic and not feel guilty about it afterwards.
It's that real pure shit, and you don't have to be disgusted with yourself like when you played
Sonic Unleashed,
Sonic the Lost World.
Oh, I don't remember.
It's the one with the snake monster guy. No one played that. It was bad.
The snake monster guy. There's a snake.
Rise of
the Snake.
Serpent guy.
Wow.
I forget the name. Lyric. Rise of Lyric.
Oh.
That's the actual name of that game.
Weird.
Yeah. He's a snake. Anyway, I really like that game.
Sonic Mania, I watched you play that one. That's crazy. It seems really cool. Other games that I played. Let's see. I played a game called Stories Untold. It is, I played that one on Steam. That's,
Which one was that?
Stories Untold.
Yeah, wait.
It is, it's episodic, and it's sort of like it's sort of like Twilight Zone feely.
Okay.
And definitely 80s vibes, because like the beginning, like each episode has like an intro, outro sort of thing that feels very like Stranger Things in terms of like music and just like generally what they're showing you.
Sort of.
Yeah, and then the
big
stuff in the middle is like interesting, creepy, like not like super spooky, but like creepy, like general unease,
unsettling sort of.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like by I think it was the third or fourth episode, you get like real strong The Thing vibes, and it's like, this is good.
That's good.
Yeah, you're like in an Arctic outpost, and you're supposed to like decipher codes.
How have I not heard about this? Did you tell me about this at any point? Did I listen?
So. I apparently
I guess not. I could have sworn I always listen when you talk.
If you ever wanted to play a game about deciphering microfilm codes off of like...
You did tell me about it. Microfilm.
Yeah.
We're in there now.
Right? It took me also... notice, if you play this game, and you should, on the side of the monitor to read the microfilms, there is a thing that lets you increase the zoom. Which, if you don't know about that, it makes it borderline impossible to read/play.
Understandably.
I would very much
recommend. You have to press your face against the
I was
game?
Like... That was squinting. You couldn't hear it.
Jeff has eagle vision. He's got crazy vision. He can see perfectly and forever.
But not that deep. It was like microscopic level. It's not okay.
Not magnifying, but they're like telescopic.
Yeah. And like the first one you play, like the first episode you play is a choose your own adventure, but it's a meta choose your own adventure. Like you're sitting down at a computer and like playing a choose your own adventure game within the game, and then that game starts degrading, and then it's happening outside of that person who's sitting down in that game. And so like it's creepy.
It's a good year for metafiction. I'm just
true.
Gonna throw that out there. A lot of works that have come out that we have enjoyed have been very, there for people who were playing a video game. People who knew that they were playing a video game and knew what that meant. It was good for us.
It's true. It's also cool because, like, each one of the episodes you are doing unique things, but then by the end of it, they tie everything together, which is cool.
So it was like a series of episodes that they brought to a focal point?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
why we're in each one of these episodes and what these are based on and why that sort of is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's good stuff.
So I want to talk about Nier, right?
That's fair.
I'm going to give a quick pitch for Doki Doki Literature Club.
Oh, yeah.
1, it's free. 2,
it's true.
It's a visual novel, but it is...
You're supposed to say that after you get them hooked.
Oh, shit. Is it?
I guess
is it like
free.
That? Yeah, free is good. You should play it because it's free. There's no dollar sign attached.
Right. Just play it.
It is disturbing. When you go to the Steam page, it's going to look like a heartwarming, romantic romp, and to a degree, it is.
It's like false build sort of thing.
I can't say too much without giving away the whole of it.
Just play Doki Doki.
Play Doki Doki.
And get creeped out.
Yeah, it will make... If you want a creepy game, play that.
Yeah,
just do it.
It's free.
It's free. Yeah. It's a visual novel. But it's free. It's a free game.
I'm going to do 2 quick ones. What Remains of Edith Finch and Lost in the Woods. What Remains of Edith Finch, my quick pitch is there's an awesome minigame where you cut the heads off fish.
That's good.
It's great.
Okay.
You're daydreaming at the same time, so one of your hands is cutting fish the whole time because you can't screw up your job because that's where you work, and the other hand is doing the actual daydream part, and those things
weird.
Yeah, it's really good.
Okay.
And then Lost in the Woods is the best eating pizza with your friends simulator / having a crappy garage band. It's great.
Okay.
Also gets weird and Lovecraftian by the end. It's good.
I like Lovecraft. Not personally, but his works.
Right. No, he's a bad guy.
Lunatic racist. Setting that aside. You know what was a great game that I had the privilege of being able to play with Jeff? Was Nier. You know, obviously.
I played that game. Yeah. That's real good. We are at least one ending deep.
Oh, we're several endings deep.
Two endings deep?
You mean like complete cycles?
We've had a number of
one
endings. The thing with Nier games is there are a shit ton of endings for those games.
This one, in the last one, there were like certain prerequisites.
I think there were 10 endings.
2 overall cycles.
Like 3 main ones.
Yeah, and based on the choices that you make, you get different endings in that. In this, there are 26 endings, 1 for each of the letters of the alphabet. It's a Bayonetta style Platinum Games hack and slash with some Square Enix sort of menus and RPG elements that are tacked on for flavor.
Yeah, because like the first Nier is cool and creative and a action RPG / bullet hell game.
Yeah,
so it had some really cool ideas, but it was still janky.
Yeah,
and Platinum's took that and they're like, we can make games really fun to play.
And fun. Well, so the original Nier had they fused the bullet hell and the action RPG style, and then had some flavors thrown in there for the different levels. So you had your Resident Evil style level and your Legend of Zelda style level, and then in this
weird choose your own adventure style level.
Yeah,
awesome.
That was the best.
Right,
but it's Nier Automata.
Right.
So in this one, it's the Bayonetta. It's polished.
Right.
I liked all of that other stuff, but this is it's refined. They knew what they were doing. They did it well. And
it feels really good.
It feels good to play.
Right.
But I'm never concerned with that. I always want to play the game and listen to the music. And
the music's good.
The music is good.
And the story's really cool.
If you haven't played Nier, and you're going to give it a shot, pay attention to the way that the music develops over the course of the game. In the beginning, it's got a lot of simplistic, sort of fun, kind of having a blast music. And towards the end of the game, it's mostly orchestral arrangements and sad, almost spooky, serious type music.
Yeah, they are drama tragedy games. That should just be
you'll probably feel at least a feeling over the course of the game. And
for sure.
And after you finish the game the first time, you go back and you do a remix of the game. And so there's a lot of game there.
Right.
So
it's really cool.
Give Nier a shot. It's a lot of fun. If you've ever wanted to know what the experience of being a human was like, doing it through the eyes of an android, I guess, is a good way to do it.
Also, it was the best use of the touchpad I saw this year, because you can pet your robot buddy, and then he chirps.
You
bro fist him?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. Once you're done giving him a little rub on his little robot head, he comes around and gives you a fist bump. It's great. It feels really good every time.
It increases his affinity for you, which I don't think matters.
Yeah, I don't think that stat matters.
But it is a measurable stat.
It'll increase your affinity for that game.
Yes.
That's what it's measuring.
So you know what's coming up or actually here, given that it's the 2nd of 2018?
They may not be here yet. I guess it depends on when this post goes out.
It won't go in the past, though.
That's
I know that for sure. Hopefully it doesn't take me a year to get this up. But 2018 is coming up. We're running towards the end of our program.
That's true. We run over by a few minutes.
Yeah, that's fine. No one will be upset.
Right. 2018 will be upset. It'll run its time back.
And that's fair. But we were going to talk about some of the things that we were looking forward to for next year.
Yeah, what are you excited for in 2018?
That vaporware game you may have heard of, Kingdom Hearts 3.
That's cool. I've played both of those games. So I've played both of the main numbered games in that series.
I played Chain of Memories. I've played Birth by Sleep. I actually haven't touched the DS games.
Game Boy one with the card system.
Yes.
Okay. Weird, because
it was good.
It's
weirdly enough. Yeah, it was quite weird. It made more sense on the Game Boy than the 3D PS2 version that recently got re-released in the 1.5 remix. But that's going to be good, probably.
Right? If your friends look at you funny for playing a game that's got a bunch of Disney characters, just remind them that Disney owns everything now. So
pretty soon their life is going to be a Disney simulation.
Right?
So
do you like Marvel movies? That's now? Disney. Do you like Star Wars? That's Disney. Do you like most of Fox now? That'll be Disney in a year to a year and a half.
And really, you don't need that kind of negativity in your life. If someone's judging you for enjoying Disney,
just play Kingdom Hearts.
Just play Kingdom Hearts instead. You'll have a greater appreciation for life.
Kingdom Hearts is life.
Detroit Becoming Human is the next
New
game
Quantic
from
Dream
what's his name? Is that French
Salazar.
That's not his name.
That's not his name at all.
So if you haven't played Heavy Rain, go do that.
Oh yeah, it's fun.
If you haven't played Beyond Two Souls, you might want to play it.
It's got Ellen Page in it.
I like Ellen Page.
And a ghost thing.
Ghosts are spooky. I liked Beyond Two Souls, but I understand it doesn't have that marketable mass appeal that Heavy Rain does.
Heavy Rain is a
his
crime
name's
noir.
Like David.
Yeah, David Lynch.
Nope,
it's not David.
It's not David Lynch.
Salazar Lynch.
Salazar Lynch.
David Salazar. I'm not going to help you on this one. I'm sorry.
That's true. He is a little bit clunky with dialogue.
Oh yeah.
That said,
that's because there's like a million lines of dialogue because you can take each one of the things and it's like a huge branching tree of different what you want to go for.
Yeah.
And like all of his games are super over ambitious, and so they might not always hit the mark, but they're really cool to play.
I guess that's the fourth game from Quantic Dream because they also did Indigo Prophecy.
Yeah.
So
if you ever want to have giant bugs attack you in your office space, play Indigo Prophecy.
If you don't want that to happen, it's still a good game.
Right. It'll happen no matter what. Though you will
in the game. In the game, not in real life.
I won't.
No giant bugs.
I won't say that won't happen.
Hopefully not.
I hope
not
that
as a result
happen.
of the game.
Any of our viewers, I hope you never get attacked by giant bugs in your office place. That sounds awful.
But Detroit Becoming Human looks really good. Yes. The trailers look like suitably uncanny.
Isn't Last of Us 2 next year too?
I would be shocked if that's a true thing.
Okay, maybe it's not. Spider-Man, I'm gonna play the hell out of.
You can with swinging the webs.
No, okay,
it
looks exactly like the Arkham Asylum games, and that's all Spider-Man, I've ever wanted.
Which is fine.
It's all I've ever wanted. And Insomniac's doing it. It's all I've ever wanted. I'm gonna thwip the heck out of Mr. Negative, and I know all of these characters, and it's gonna be great.
It's good to know what you are, even if what you are is a completely different thing.
Right.
BlazBlue cross fiction or whatever they
call
it.
No, we got it. It's at the very
tag
end.
battle.
BlazBlue cross tag battle.
Yeah.
Yes. That's Alex in a nutshell.
Yeah, so like they're going to take BlazBlue characters, combine them with Undernight, and Persona 4 arena characters.
Woo!
We've got a game. And it's going to be a tag battle. That's going to be a better Marvel game than Marvel Infinite, which is just such a disappointment and such a letdown. If I had one thing to be most disappointed by in 2017, it would be my life. And then no, I'm kidding. Yeah, just Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. It was so bad. Did you have anything that you were really excited for that let you down in 2017?
Oh, probably.
Okay. That's good. You don't have to know
probably.
Off the top
it's
of your
not.
head.
It hasn't scarred me to the point where I'm just like recounting it at any time I think,
have
or like
spent
close my eyelids and see it.
Hours dwelling on and regretting Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Peter Rosas, Combo Fiend. If you're watching my podcast, what the hell, man?
I thought we were friends. A Way Out by the guy that brought us Brothers.
Oh yeah.
Is going to be a game that we're just going to play on stream.
Yeah, you guys will get the benefit of being able to watch.
It's going to be great. I'm so excited. Also, the guy who made that game and Brothers and pitched it, he was hilarious. I don't know if you saw him over the Game Awards. He's hilarious. He had no sleep, and I'm pretty sure he was on drugs. But he was great.
He looked kind of. He
unwell.
talked. Yeah. I don't think he was excited to be doing the E3 pitch because that's where we heard about it originally.
Okay. Yeah, no, that one looks cool. The Life is Strange people are doing Vampyr, or I'm not sure, it might be Vampyr. It's got a Y and no E.
Ow.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. That's, I can clip that.
Ow!
I won't.
It's just going to be a series of Alex saying ow at the very end. It's going to be great.
So, Shenmue 3. I don't know if you've played Shenmue for the Dreamcast.
I haven't.
I have. I know that you haven't. Oh, the thing's mad at me. My phone is letting
me
know
to 30 minutes,
that we have made it to 30 minutes.
We're going to run a little bit over because we're still talking about things, but it won't be too much.
Shenmue looks good, the new Shenmue, and I like the old Shenmue.
It was so ugly. I'm excited
yeah.
for it. It gives me like PS1 vibes.
Flashbacks.
Yeah, it's good. Psychonauts 2, I just played Psychonauts 1 last year. And it's a cool game with a lot of really cool ideas that's really hard to play sometimes and really not fun.
It didn't age as well as it could have.
I think there are things in it that aren't fun to play.
Oh.
But it's a great idea. The story's really cool, and I hope that by Psychonauts 2 it'll be more polished and a little bit easier on the hands.
Not to be a total buzzkill that's only interested...
Monster Hunter World. Oh, no.
No, that looks good,
yeah,
I guess.
Right?
I'm not as excited for it as you are.
Code Vein? What are you
No, Metal Gear Survive. That's what I'm looking forward to.
You just need to end the podcast on a side note.
Just... Okay, fine. I won't do it.
Metal Gear Survive is a game... we'll end it on a happy note. No, I'm just kidding. Ace Combat...
You know what you signed up for.
Right. You brought this on yourself. Ace Combat 7 is coming out, though.
Soulcalibur 6. Yeah. Soulcalibur 6.
It looks cool.
like it'll be good.
Right? It's by the weird Tekken 7 guy.
In the Leaky Leaks,
yes.
which just came out a little bit ago. Yeah. I heard through the grapevine that
Please.
There's a character that was like a protege of Raphael.
It's Yoda.
It's not Yoda.
It's Yoda with a...
Oh, you know what I did hear? They were going to have Link in the new one as in the Switch version, but the Switch version hasn't been announced yet. They said it might not be Link, it might be a Fire Emblem character, and then they said, well, whatever.
Fire Emblem's like...
I like Fire Emblem.
Fine.
Yeah.
That would fit Soulcalibur fairly well.
I'm looking forward to Soulcalibur.
I'm sorry, there was a guy that's the protege of Raphael.
Girl. And then she left, and then she's coming back as Viola, who you might remember from Soulcalibur 5, is the woman who fought with the crystal ball. No, that's Talim?
She was... No. Was it Talim?
Yeah.
Maybe. Ivy's protege with a hoop. Was she Ivy's protege?
Did she hang out with Ivy? How much of that game did you play?
Alex, I knows a lot about games.
It's true.
No. I know what I know, and I don't know some of what I do know.
You have an approximate knowledge of minigames. Mm-hmm. But yeah, thanks again for tuning in.
That's right, Alan.
Sorry that you... I don't know what I was going to apologize for.
Don't apologize.
Yeah,
no.
You guys are lucky to have listened to our...
Play
Sonic Mania.
Play Sonic Mania.
What are you doing here? Go get
Doki.
Danganronpa and Doki Doki. What are you doing?
We'll put the names in the description, so you just be like, what was that game they were talking about?
We didn't mention Persona 5.
We didn't. It's a great game. You should play it. Play Persona 4, and then play Persona 5.
3's good too.
Yeah.
And
but
the arena games and the Dancing All Night.
Dancing All Night's supposed to be rad to death.
I like the one
music
before Dancing All Night, and then Dancing All Night.
Was the sequel? They rhythm games?
They made Dancing All Night, which was Persona 4 Dancing All Night, and then they're doing Persona 3 Dancing Starry Night or something silly, and then Persona 5 also dancing, and it's probably at night.
Okay.
And those are going to be the music from those games.
Right, don't play Persona Q.
That one's good too. It's supposed to play like Etrian Odyssey. I haven't played Persona Q. I have played Persona 5.
I hear the characters aren't the characters.
They're
if
not.
You wanted to just play Etrian Odyssey, just play Etrian Odyssey.
No, but if you want to play Etrian Odyssey, but maps intimidate you and Persona has you in some sort of a weird Stockholm Syndrome type relationship, then Persona Q's right up your alley.
Where you're just playing the reskinned version of Etrian
Odyssey.
Yeah,
then that's the game for you.
If you just want to play anything, then play Dancing All Night. Because that's loosely affiliated.
I like that.
Yeah, right? And it's solid.
Yeah.
As is, if you need a fighting game, play the...
Persona 4 Arena, made by Arc Systems Works. Yeah.
It was hilarious. Also, just side note, podcasters, YouTube keeps sending me things like, we think you might like this. And they're usually right. And sometimes they're really off. But they were like, hey, Arc Systems put out its year-end like address from its board members, and they're all in like kimonos and stuff.
What?
And it's amazing. I was like, they're such nice guys.
I believe it.
It was great. They're like, thank you all so much for supporting us through 2017. It's been, or 2017, that was the last one.
That was the year that
we're
we
done
had
with that.
just a second ago.
And they're like, it went really nicely for us. We're looking forward to bringing you many great things in 2018. I was like, I have no idea why you suggested this, but these sweet people have like renewed my confidence in game development. So thanks.
And really, that's what 2018 is all about: is renewed confidence in game development.
And Sonic Mania 2.
And Sonic Mania 2, and all those other games that we will put in the description for you.
Right.
So thank you again for tuning in. We're gonna cut out. We're gonna drink heavily and play more visual novels and puzzle games. I'll see you next time.
When it's convenient.
Do we have a jingle yet?
Dun, dun, dun.